It's the 25th of April 2012. This is Capital FM Online TV News. In the headlines, Justices Omolo Okubasu-Bosire and Nyamu fired by vetting board. AIDS activists mount pressure for use of unspent U.S. billions. 3 more political parties registered as deadline draws near. And MPs Committee wants country structures in place by August. Good evening, I'm Victoria Rubadiri. Kenya's most senior Court of Appeal Judge Riaga Omolo is among 4 other judges who have been declared unfit to serve in the judiciary following a vetting process whose outcome was announced this morning. The Vetting of Judges and Magistrates Board has also sacked Justices Emmanuel Okubasu, Samuel Bosire, and Joseph Nyamu. Board Chairman Sharad Rao says they found that Justice Omolo was authoritarian and failed to deliver just rulings in political cases and should therefore leave the judiciary. Justice Joseph Nyamu was hounded out of office for his conduct when he headed the Constitutional Review Division of the court, during which time the board says he frustrated efforts to prosecute high-ranking officials over the Anglo Leasing and Goldenberg corruption scandals. On his part, Justice Samuel Bosire had been accused of condoning torture of suspects during the previous regime. Emmanuel Okubasu was also sent packing after being accused of accepting gifts from litigants. The decision of the vetting panel is final and cannot be appealed through a judicial process. The only reprieve the sacked judges have is seeking a review by the same panel. The board has, however, returned a clean bill of health for Judges Onyango Otieno, Erastus Githinji, Al-Nasir Vishram, Philip Waki, and Philip Tunoy. More than 500 AIDS activists and people living with HIV and AIDS have issued a memorandum to health officials demanding that Kenya and the U.S. provide 41.5 billion shillings in unspent cash from the U.S. President's emergency plan for AIDS relief. Chanting slogans at the Laiko Regency this morning, where the U.S. Ambassador Scott Gratian was holding a function, the activists said that the funds would make lives of people living with HIV bearable. They're further urging the government to get rid of bureaucracy that could delay quick access to the funds. The National AIDS and STD Control Program Acting Director Peter Cherutich, who received the petition on behalf of the government, said the issue was being looked into. Of the estimated 1.5 million Kenyans living with HIV and AIDS, only 500,000 are receiving antiretroviral treatment.
Kupata matibabu ni haki yetu. Kupata matibabu wa Kenya ni haki yetu.
3 more political parties on Wednesday received their certificates after the Registrar of Political Parties certified that they had complied with the law. The Kenya National Congress Party, the Democratic Party, and the Party of Action were certified with just 4 days left for parties to apply for registration. Kiraitu Murungi's Alliance Party of Kenya and the Orange Democratic Movement are expected to receive their certificates later in the afternoon. So far, 35 political parties have applied for registration and only 10 have received full registration. Parliament's Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee Chairman Abdi Kadir Mohammed says there's a need for the county structures to be in place before the country goes into the next general elections. He says they will be meeting with the public service and local government ministers to examine the progress being made to ensure the county governments are well staffed and funded. Abdi Kadir says the enactment of the Constitution will be a hallmark of this parliament, a task that he said MPs must stand up to. He said they'll back the government motion to extend timelines to debate the President's memorandum on the county government bill and also approve the bill. The CIOC chairman said he expects Parliament to support a motion to sit tomorrow morning to scrutinize amendments proposed by Parliament's Land and Natural Resources Committee. And that does it for our top stories of the day. Thank you for joining us. I'm Victoria Rubadiri.